First blue card is from Ms. Saidi, wishing to speak to the board about diversity on the board.
Hello. So I timed this. I'm at 3 minutes and 5 seconds, so if I could just have extra 5 seconds at the end. My name is Ammerah Saidi, and I am here to represent My Ed Justice Coalition and my CORE, the Michigan Caucus of Rank and File Educators. I am here to voice our gratitude for Adil Mozip being on the Dearborn School Board. As a daughter of Yemeni immigrants born and raised in the U.S., I have felt the burden of being different or even seen as less than in America. Any minority in this country can attest to this. Having a representative on the school board who looks like me and speaks my mother tongue was surprisingly empowering as a parent, teacher, and activist. I did not know how much access to the board I was missing or even indirectly being denied until Adil was appointed to the board. Last year, I contacted the board about an urgent issue, the unethical mass retention of our students due to the third grade reading law. I repeatedly sent emails inviting board members to our community conversations. One email reply stuck out to me. A board member replied with, "Received and read." This was a dismissive reply to an email where I earnestly voiced concerns about and suggested strategies to more directly combat the immoral legislation. In contrast, when I sent Adil a concerned email this year, he replied to me and followed up with a phone call. Although we were not exactly on the same page, we were able to explain our points of view. Since then, we collaborated on the central issue of our disagreement. Even though we don't always see eye to eye, I felt heard, I felt valued, I felt respected. The initial cold and dismissive relationship I had with the board was normalized to me because I had no basis for comparison. So I say, Alhamdulillah to Adil for showing me that a better, more engaged relationship with the school board is possible. Adil and Hussein Berry have been the only trustees to attend our community meetings on several ed justice issues. Adil has attended several parent gatherings and even shared his expertise. For example, he's coordinating a presentation for our community on the purpose of the board and how to get involved. I didn't even know I wanted or needed this. As our schools grow in diversity, our students should see themselves in our trustees. A study from Florida State University found that district school boards that were more ethnically diverse reduced the probability of disciplinary suspensions for all students. The study also found that board diversity significantly reduced the disparity in educational outcomes among minority and white students. Because Adil is present in our community meetings, he is in a position to raise questions to the board we have been discussing. Questions and topics have included, isn't there too much testing? How much money is spent on all of this testing? Why is my child coming home exhausted and crying from school? Why did they get rid of naps? Having Adil in these spaces has allowed people to feel heard and seen by someone at the top, and this matters more than I ever could have imagined. Adil, thank you for your persistence in running multiple campaigns for our school board. Thank you for modeling what it means to have grit in the face of adversity, and thank you for asking the tough questions right out the gate. We see you and hear you when other trustees question or try to silence you as you acclimate to this novel territory. Most importantly, thank you for showing us that we have a place in all spaces of power in our city. Thank you, Adil.